Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, let me give and I'll request all of you to join me in clapping for all the teachers, their hard work, their dedication, which has brought, for which we have gathered today, definitely. I am indeed honored and privileged to stand before you. In fact, I feel very humbled and I feel small being before all the teachers. I seeing their performance, I really feel I was taken to my childhood days. I mean, it's so emotional. I remember the way we used to worship our teachers. I mean, not long ago. It's around in the 70s and 80s. I still remember how I come from a very small village in West Bengal, and being in a small village, almost the teachers and the students are very much intermingled. That means they are part of the family or part of the society. In all aspects, they used to influence us. So that gave a kind of foundation, and I see in teachers today here a image of all those teachers, the tradition, the culture, the tradition continues. So first let me again start with another appreciation for all those teachers who has given me the life learning. Towards them, I want to say a small sloka. Mannartha Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Salutation to the noble Guru, who is my Lord and the Lord of the universe, my teacher of the universe, who is the self in me and the self in all being. We strongly believe in our tradition, in our culture. Yes, we know that 5th September is celebrated as Teachers' Day in commemoration of the Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, who himself was a great teacher. Someone in this program itself was indicating that throughout the life he has been teaching. He has gone places. It was mentioned that he taught in Benares, he taught in Madras Christian College. He even taught in Calcutta for 10 years. And in all places, he has made it clear that teachers are the nation builders. Teachers are the foundation, they lay the foundation stone in the children for the nation building. So respecting and giving respect to the teachers is through in our tradition and culture. I just remember that only a few days back, in our traditional way, we have celebrated Guru Purnima on 3rd July. This is actually, it shows that it's not something new. So to that extent, we should thank Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan that he has brought this worshipping of the teacher, their honoring to a common platform to the entire nation. Those which were limited to the tradition or cultural setup of some community, I'll not say that in all communities here, but some communities, he has brought it to the national level, to the level where all communities and all the students come to worship as well as to pay respect and and homage to all our teachers. Teachers play a very important role, and as I indicate here, that this tradition is there since age-old days. In that, we all know Rama was, the guru of Rama was Vasishtha, and in the same manner, in Mahabharata, we come across the gurus like Kripacharya and Dronacharya. So it's not something new, and worshipping Guru is always there in our tradition, and that is what we call also as Guru Shishya Parampara. Though it has diminished or it has come down very much, but still this tradition continues. It reminds me one small incident, like not incident, actually it used to happen very regularly. In our schools, in our days, as I told you, I come from a small village, and whenever we used to, go past any teacher, even if we are riding cycle, we used to come down from the cycle and used to pay respect to them, standing before them, ask them to go and request for their permission to go ahead. So that's the kind of thing ingrained in our culture, in our tradition. And this tradition continues. Teachers play a pivotal role in not only just the academics, but in the overall development of the children. Children are the future. We know the children are the future of the nation, and teachers truly builds this foundation by teaching them, by imparting them what is right, what is wrong, the moral values, the ethics, and make their character, in building their character. That's why we see today that in all our nation building activities, in all our activities, in fact, we should always remember, we should always pay respect to the teachers. And it has been the tradition again, I am repeating the same thing, but it has been the tradition, and this tradition will continue. AEES in its activity, I think it has been brought out very clearly by our Secretary Govardhan Saab, that there are various new initiatives towards bringing or taking up the new education policy, which has recently come into picture, and try to make it more over-encompassing, so that we see the overall development of the children and thus the nation. Your participation has been very, very encouraging, and we expect that it will continue further. I also welcome the suggestion of our Treasurer Saab, Shinde Saab. He is suggesting his suggestions like bringing in the technology for different sphere of the activities of the Atomic Energy Education Society, schools and colleges. We will now explore all the possibilities, but as Govardhan Sahib has also indicated, we need to be taking baby steps and take them instead of doing it very abrupt manner. We should take the baby steps and try to incorporate the best part of it. At the same time, I'd like to tell you that I am a strong believer that traditional methodology has its own charm. Well, computer is good, computer is required, you have to be progressing with the time. But at the same time, there is nothing like, a teacher's making it clear on a blackboard. Correct? So I still believe that, but nevertheless, there is always, the technology can bring in many other aspects which probably would have not been possible to think. I am also a strong believer that our traditional methodology of teaching, will also be very useful, like the Guru Shishya Parampara, the Gurukul system. However, it's not possible in today's world to take up, particularly in this kind of establishments. Nevertheless, we can take the best part of it, we can take the best practices out of it and try to implement those. I just remember that National Education Policy, when it was formulated, the chairman of the committee, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, he gave a presentation in Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, and he, in fact, I was there in that presentation meeting, and he was indicating that please come forward, it's your policy, you people have to come forward, it is for our nation. So even for this policy also, if you have suggestion, if you have positive, constructive suggestion, please come forward. We will be always looking forward for your suggestion and try to implement as much as possible this policy and take it forward so that we can build a better nation, better children, so that they can contribute in a positive manner to our nation building. And because I am standing between the lunch and almost a few hours have passed, but I must mention here that the kind of performance I saw, it took me to really my childhood, and it is really very, very, very enthralling, and I am very, very emotional. It made me very, very emotional. I must, yes, thank you very much. This is for you all, the performances you have given. So no word can, no word can explain, or no word can describe the contribution of the teacher which they made towards the building of the nation, by imparting the students, their children, the values, virtues, and of course the academics. The way they explain, the way they reach the heart of the teachers, this is something which will always be respected, which will always be given the value and have the rightful value in the system. If you observe from even my time, 70s, 80s, it has become the teachers, probably that time the kind of profession it was. Today it has become totally different. You have to also, you have to embrace the development of technology. For example, there are a lot of development taking place in the digital classroom, which Sindesa was mentioning. In the same manner, there are a lot of development which are taking place in the augmented reality and virtual reality, and several such areas which can be used very, very effectively towards the development of to your pedagogy, as well as towards imparting the best education to our students, to our children. Towards this, there are many other initiatives which we are going to start. I was recently approached by some of our principal that we can call our eminent scientists, as well as to give some lectures and encourage the students. So towards that end, I have already initiated some of the activities, and you will hear something very soon about all this. Similarly, we have large number of institutions which are doing not only in the scientific area, but various other areas where our students can visit and get accustomed or get acquainted with the activities and how they help in building the nation. So this is also another initiative which we are going to start. I am also trying to connect with the national systems, for example, the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya, and other education institutions. So, along with the development of the children, the teachers also has to be trained and kept pace with the with the latest developments in the pedagogy as well as in the instructional issues. I am sure we will make all the attempts to bring such such things in the school system, so that they also get benefited and ultimately benefit our children. I will welcome again any suggestion in this regard from all the school teachers, all the instruction staffs. I now don't want to take more time. I look forward, because just I have come not even a month back. So I look forward for all cooperation from all of you. I know you are very, very hardworking, and you have kept the flag of the excellence in DAE in this institution also. DAE is known for its excellence, and so is the case with AEES. I'm sure with all your efforts, it will be our endeavor to make it all to touch the new height and take it further, so that we can say that we are landing to moon. Now next, maybe landing to the Mangal or the Mars, and further. In our own department also, there are various programs which we will try to bring it to the school system, so that we get ultimately benefited by all the excellence we are having in our institutional systems here. So before I end, I want to thank you all for the nice and very beautiful the program, cultural program, skits, musical program, and of course, last but not the least, all the dedication and the efforts you people are putting, your teachers are putting, my respected teachers are putting towards this building up of the children here and the building up of the nation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Jai Hind.